dropout tag has become cool. I think that's wrong, by the way. I don't think that dropping out is cool. That's my personal
Okay.
opinion. Not because I have the sense of conformity, जो generally होता है कि college जाना ही चाहिए. I don't have that. But here is my perspective. So back in the day when I stopped out of college, there's an interesting story actually behind it. Let me tell you that. So 12वीं के बाद में parents told you have to go to some college. Like if you go to no college, it's not acceptable to us. My parents were in Odisha. I was starting my company here in Delhi, lived in a Barsati in, one of the western part of Delhi. So for me personally, I figured out कोई college admission के लिए, I went there for 2 days. और उसके बाद में I never went there. तो 5 या 6 महीने बाद, dad came visiting and he thought it's morning, so he would go visit me at the college. So he goes there and then the folks there say that he's never come here. He calls me saying, where are you? I say, I am at office. He says, what office are you at? Right? So I said, I'm building this company. We should talk. And Papa was always relatively more chill, right? Like mom was the person who was always that
Education complete
education,
करना
हाँ,
है.
खत्म करना है, biodata अच्छा बनना है,
बिल्कुल.
things like those. So Papa comes and he says, what are you doing? So I explain. I also had kept 2 or 3 of my entrepreneurial friends with me,
Right.
saying कि आप भी समझा देना. So I must give credit. That time, there's this person called Rishi Khyani. I don't know, you know Rishi?
No, I'm not.
Rishi runs a few content businesses. Used to be at Times Internet at that point
Okay.
in time. So I'd gotten few friends and I told, आप भी थोड़ा convince करना पापा को. So they also tried their best to convince. So at the end, dad said that I am absolutely fine. But the decision is with the mom. What happens next? So then they said that unfortunately we can't do anything about. You and your son should figure that out. So I and dad spoke. So dad said, here's the way to convince mom. We're going to tell her that a lot of other kids between 12th grade and undergrad are taking a gap year. So this is going to be your gap year. If in this year you're not successful, you go back to college. But if you are, then it's okay, you can pursue this. So I thought this was a great logic, but I told him, you know that I have no intentions of going back, right? He said, sure, but like he left it in gray area. He said, देख लेंगे 6 महीने बाद.
बाद में देख
बाद
लेंगे.
में देख लेंगे. अभी के लिए माँ को समझा लेते, because I also have to go back home
Correct,
and get
correct.
fed by her only. So it's better that we close it. And so I think the learning that I have is that as young people, more often than not, there is this, especially when you're teenage, right? Like there's this challenge of saying that my parents don't understand. And my general perspective is to say that you have to convince the world that what you're doing is right. That starts at home. It's hard work. It takes more engagement. It will not be easy. But I suggest that you spend the effort to convince your own family.